Welcome to iRise Conversations with Joan. Welcome to another enlightening episode of iRise Conversations with Joan. My name is Joan and Nwosu. Today we have a truly exceptional guest with us, Dr. Hiteshini Jugessur. She is a committed scientist, a dedicated social activist, a teacher of yoga and meditation, and the esteemed president of the Art of Living in Canada. Early on in her career, she made the courageous decision to leave behind the comfort and prestige to devote herself entirely to humanitarian service, with a mission to bring comfort, solace, and healing to those in need. With her PhD in surgical research from McGill University and a keen interest in meditation and yoga, she embarked on a journey exploring alternative forms of healing. In her quest, she discovered the powerful techniques offered by the Art of Living Foundation, which resonated deeply with her. Since then, she has risen to become an acclaimed international teacher for the art of living, touching the lives of countless individuals with her wisdom and compassion. Welcome, Dr. Hitu, to the show.
Thank you, Joan.
So glad to have you here. Okay, so you've done so many amazing things. So maybe take us back a little bit and tell us a bit about your history and how you got on this journey.
When I came across Art of Living, I was a graduate student. I was doing my PhD at the time. And I think the work and just the pressure of at that time that I was going through was taking its toll on me. And I knew that intuitively, for some reason, I knew I needed to use the breath to bring that balance back, settle my mind, take the anxiety away. And so I asked some friends of mine, and one friend said, oh yeah, there's this workshop. Back in the day, it used to be called the Part 1, Art of Living Part 1 course. So yeah, why don't you check it out, do it. So the rest was history. I signed up just like that, the blink of an eye. And for me, the transformation was so, immeasurable. It was night and day what happened to me just in the course of a couple of days of the workshop. And it was just obvious, okay, this is what I need to do with the rest of my life. Yeah.
Wow. And when you say transformation and breath work, so this is a class that you attended. And for those who don't know, so like how to breathe,
workshop, yeah.
your breath and all of that. And it was able to transform your life, that you gave up your career to pursue this.
Yeah. There's some very powerful breathing techniques and the sort of cornerstone of this workshop, it's called the Sky Breath Meditation. Sky being an acronym for Sudarshan Kriya. It's a very particular breathing technique, a rhythmic breathing technique that harmonizes your whole system. It removes all the stresses accumulated from your nervous system and rejuvenates you, brings more energy into the system, and you just feel overall better, clearer, happier, and more energized. Yeah.
Wow. So that's the Sky Breathwork. So for people who would like to check it out, it transformed Dr. Hitu's life. I'm sure it can transform your life too. So again, back just speaking about, yoga, meditation, a lot of people have heard about it. It's very popular today. There's many yoga studios, many meditation studios. But I'm not quite sure that a lot of people really understand the actual transformation that it can have. Yes, you tell us about focus and clarity, but what else can it really help people achieve in their lives?
Okay, on the scientific level, there are multiple benefits. How your the functioning of your prefrontal cortex, for example, in practitioners of sky or meditation, it's more active that means your emotional regulation is that much better. The brainwave patterns that have been measured show that practitioners of sky have more alpha and beta activity, which means more alertness, yet more calm at the same time, which is a very rare combination. You can swing from one extreme to the other, but that combination of heightened awareness, alertness, yet a totally calm nervous system is very rare. So, these are just snippets of this. There's hundreds of scientific research studies that illustrate the benefits of sky at the level of the nervous system, the physiology, your biochemistry changes, greater antioxidant production, slows the aging process down, reduces your cortisol hormone, which is a stress hormone level that goes down, but also brings in resilience. So even if the stress is out there, it doesn't penetrate you so deeply. Mm-hmm. And even if it does, you have a method now to down-regulate, to go from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic mode of behavior functioning, so that you are more agile. There's mental agility. You're able to navigate through life's challenges with centeredness.
Wow.
So, on the scientific level, there are a multitude of studies, and you only need to look at our website and see what all is there. But aside from that, today, the busier we are, more there's a need to bring in a state of mind that is more alert, that is more calm, that is stress-free, that is not agitated or anxious. So the need for meditation is even more obvious today. Busier you are, more you need to meditate. And when I talk about meditation, I don't mean sitting there for hours. Just 15 to 20 minutes is sufficient to recharge the system, reboot the system, bring the energy back up, and give you the tools to be more for emotional regulation, mental agility, and resilience from stress.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So I think that's a good misconception, because people usually think that you have to sit and meditate for hours, quieten the mind, silence the mind, focus on your breath, and just sit there for hours and hours to get the benefits. But you're saying that even with just 15 minutes, you can reap some of these benefits that you're talking about. Again, we're talking about stress levels, emotional, mental alertness, being able to be more productive, having a lot of clarity, having more energy. Right. So
creativity.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So there's just so many benefits, and it doesn't take too much time. And, I think that's a really, really vital point for people who maybe have never tried it before and are like, oh, I don't have the time. We all have 15 minutes in a day. If you're going to reap these benefits, you can bring out 15 minutes from your very, very busy day. So how does one get started in meditation? Do they just sit there? What is the actual process to...
So here again, regarding meditation, there are many misconceptions, right? People think you need to do something, you need to focus, you need to visualize, in fact, meditation is the opposite of all of that. You are doing nothing, because focusing, visualizing, imagining, all those things require effort in the mind. When you meditate, you do nothing. There are 3 golden rules that our founder, Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, he gives is: I do nothing, I want nothing, I am nothing. For those 15-20 minutes that you sit for meditation, just having these 3 golden rules. In these 15-20 minutes, I do nothing, I want nothing. So whatever ambitions you have, whatever projects, you put them on the side just for these few minutes, and I am nothing. So then the mind can rest. Meditation is deep rest. It's not doing anything. It's total effortless alertness, awareness. So you're just sitting there. You're not doing. But then you need a guided, like somebody who has an instructor with experience, with the knowledge to show you how. Right? So we offer programs for that also.
Wow, that's amazing. Like I don't think I've ever heard those 3 things before, but it makes absolute sense, because a lot of the time, 60,000 thoughts through our head, we're thinking about, okay, what do we want to manifest? So now you're focused on that and trying to visualize.
And that's effort.
Yeah, that's a lot of effort, a lot of mental effort. So you're not really in that meditative state that you're explaining to us today. So I think that's one thing that my listeners will definitely benefit from learning today how to meditate properly. So a concept of meditation that has always been curious to me, and something I've always wanted to do, but not quite sure how it works, is the idea of silent meditation. So your Art of Living also offers silent meditations. What does that mean? And is that beneficial? Is that something that people should look forward to or try out? Or is it just, what is the difference?
So these are silent retreats.
Mm-hmm.
So which involves a few days, 2-3 days of silence and meditation incorporated in there. So guided meditations while you're in silence. So that these are more advanced level programs. So after you've done the sky breath meditation, the entry level program, then you move on to the silent retreats. So there definitely, benefits are very deep rooted impressions, deep rooted stresses that get released from the system. Even physiologically changes happen. And we're all looking for that time where the mind is quiet, but we just don't know how to achieve that, how to get there, how to access that silent space which resides within each one of us. So during this silence retreat, you are guided through that, and you can really go deep within and experience your own true depth, your own true nature, and get rid of that mental garbage that we carry around every day, every moment, in fact.
We do. And it's a lot of garbage, to be honest. It's just so much in there.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, silent meditation, you're actually silent. You don't talk to anybody. You're just there. And it's not for a few hours, it's for days.
It's not that. I mean, for beginners, we have like shorter courses.
Oh, you have shorter ones.
2.5, 3 days where you're in silence. And then there are...
I'm not talking to anybody. I'm sure some people thinking, no, I'll definitely go mad. I'll go mental. Like, there's no way I can be silent. But it is doable. But I love what you said about this.
Gift.
Wow.
It's a gift to be in your own company. We don't know what that really is like. We're always seeking for stimulation, external stimulation, external entertainment or validation or approval or company. Just noticing these tendencies that our mind has to go outward. When you retrieve from the senses, the objects of the senses, and you go inward, then that's when true rest actually happens. And today, with our gadgets that we have at our fingertips, we're constantly attention is constantly diverted outward, constantly, moment to moment. And so somewhere in our lives, we need to say, okay, just for a couple of days, let me just get back to myself. This is why we go on vacation, right? We think we're at rest, but that doesn't really actually happen.
No,
we come back tired.
Yeah, come back needing a vacation after the vacation.
After the vacation. So the silence retreat is a vacation for the mind.
Wow. Powerful. Yeah. So I've been curious about it for years, and I haven't summoned the courage to do it yet. But it's something that I definitely want to do it, because, like you said, the busier you are, the more you need things like this to really, really come back to yourself, find out who you are. A lot of these deep-seated, deep-rooted issues that we carry around, we don't even remember where they came from, and we're just constantly carrying it around and creating more problems for ourselves. So it's really...
And others,
yes. And others, yes. So I think it's really, really key, like you're saying, for us to be able to be comfortable being with ourselves. I think that's something that a lot of us are just not used to. Like, even when, look at what happened during the pandemic, people were losing their mind, because now, for people who lived alone, now you're in total isolation, and you're like, what am I going to do with my life?
That was a real take-home lesson, that pandemic, when people didn't know how to be with themselves.
No.
It speaks a lot.
It does. It does. Yeah. And like you said, the world is not getting any easier. There's just so much distracting us these days. And we're just constantly on the go. Our to-do list is so long every day. There's really, really no time to rest, and rest physically, let alone rest in the mind, because a lot of us, even just before bed, you're still thinking, you're watching a movie, you're like constantly, there is no downtime. So I really want to encourage anyone who's feeling maybe overwhelmed or frustrated, or maybe even if you start having health issues, because like you said, meditation helps with stress, and a lot of diseases that happen are stress related. So rather than just trying to fix the symptoms, maybe this is a wake-up call that you need to go within
to the root,
and really fix something that's in there, something that you've carried for so many decades. Like spend some days and try to get to the bottom of it. So I know we've now talked about 2 programs that the Art of Living offers. So what else does the Art of Living do?
Oh, we have so many different programs. I mean, self-development programs for building resilience, for stress management, at all sectors of the population, prisons, the corporate sector, you name it, just for everyone. But other than that, also a lot of service projects in many parts of the world, where we, have projects for the environment, sustainable development, the empowerment of women, trauma relief in places where there's been disasters, many different types of projects around the world. So it's a huge organization.
You spoke about women's empowerment, and again, that's something that in the last decade there's been a lot of focus on women's empowerment and really helping to kind of uplift them and allow them to be who they're truly meant to be, because there was a narrative that was written about what women can do and what women can't do. But even till this day, with a lot of the programs that are out there, including the ones that Art of Living is offering, a lot of women still struggle. What do you think are some of the reasons why women are so held back, really feeling very stuck? When you look at people who are stuck, a lot of women are very stuck. What are some of the things that are holding women back? And what are some of the ways that maybe we can break free from that today?
There are so many reasons: society, culture, traditions, many things that can be the impediment in progress if we don't. But the bottom line is, if we don't attend to ourselves, if we don't make ourselves strong from within, and this is where our programs play a big role, then you continue to drift in those challenges and stay stuck, as you said, where you are. So making the mind very strong, making ourselves very resilient, because we all have the power. We know that the source is within us. It's just a question of accessing that, tapping into that reservoir of strength and energy and peace and love that we carry. And women, we have certain qualities that bring people together. By nature, innately, inherently, we are peacemakers, peace builders, community builders. We create harmony where we go. We can uplift. But to do that, we also need to be strong from within. So acquiring those tools to become that pillar of strength and inspiration for people around us, then we can do anything. Right? So getting rid of those impressions from the mind, the stresses from the mind, and you can do anything.
You can do anything. So all the women listening, you can do anything. You can just strengthen your mind. And I know as women, a lot of people are probably listening saying, I don't have the time. Like I have a job, I have a family to take care of. I'm okay. I'm good. What words do you have for people who maybe they know somewhere deep down inside, I need change, I need to do something, but they just don't have the time. They just feel like they feel overwhelmed by life in general, family life.
That's exactly when you need to do these. See, overwhelmed, burnout, all these things are an effect of depleted energy levels. Everybody has 24 hours in the day, right? And everybody will have stresses and things to do. And women, we multitask. We know that.
Yes.
And stress is when you have too much to do, not enough time, and not enough energy. There's not much you can do about the time. It's just 24 hours that every human being has. The amount of work, usually there's not much you can do about to cut back there because the load on us is more and more. The only thing you have control over is your own energy level. So when you, through applying some of these breathing techniques, meditation, if you increase your energy level, then the other stuff just sheds away because you're able to, your capacity increases. So what I would say to women is increasing your capacity using the breath work and meditation tools can make you much lighter in the mind, and it can allow you to smile despite the challenges that we face. So it's tapping into that, increasing our own capacity.
Okay. So for people who again are still like, I don't know, I don't have the time, can you just share maybe like a really short exercise or an activity that a woman who's feeling extremely overwhelmed right now can do quickly to be able to bring themselves back to a centered state and increase their capacity and their energy to be able to take on everything that we women like to take on?
So would you like to do it with me?
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll do a very simple technique called the bellows breath, or Bhastrika in Sanskrit, and it's an energizing breath. And we sit with our spine straight, make a loose fist in front of the shoulders, like so. You can do it too. A loose fist in front of the shoulders.
Okay, front. Okay.
Yeah. And as we inhale, we breathe in and out through the nose, not the mouth. As we inhale, we will raise the hands up and open the hands, open the palms to the sky.
Okay.
As we exhale, we make a fist again, blow the air out. So it's a vigorous blowing, like how you blow your nose.
Yeah.
So let me just demonstrate it a couple of times. Okay, vigorous inhalation, forceful exhalation through the nostril. As you inhale, you open the fist at the top, like you're reaching for the sky. And as you exhale, close the fist and a gentle tap of the elbows to the side. Okay. So we're going to do 3 rounds with the eyes closed. And in between each set, I will say relax, and you can just open your palms on your lap and just observe the sensation. Okay. So let's close our eyes. And we'll take a normal breath in and breathe out completely. And for bellows breath together, breathe in, out, 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 and relax the hands. Keep the eyes closed, palms open to the sky. And notice the sensation. And keeping the eyes closed, we will get ready for a second round of bellows breath. Loose fist in front of the shoulders. Take a transition breath in and breathe out. And together breathe in, out, 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 and relax. Open the palm. The eyes closed for a moment. Notice the state of the mind right now. And slowly, open the eyes.
Wow.
How was that?
Instant.
How do you feel?
It just, like, even though I felt calm, so now I understand what you were saying. Even though I felt calmer, I felt more energized. I felt like I could do more, but in a very calm
way. The mind is quiet, no?
I just
From
went,
beginning to, yeah.
wow.
It's just a few minutes, few seconds, you can see. So imagine like in a full workshop where you learn the sky breath and so forth, what can happen.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. That's amazing stuff. So for you personally on your journey, what's next for you? Like, where do you want to get to? Because now you're already an international yoga and meditation teacher. What's next for you?
I don't know. I don't. There's no way to know. Right now, I'm taking care of the responsibilities here, but I do have in my heart like the dream that to do more peace building work in African countries. So I have traveled a lot throughout Africa and taught a lot of trauma relief programs, but now to do something on a bigger scale in those countries. That's my dream. Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, for someone from Africa, I say thank you because Africa is a country that needs a lot of peace and help as much as possible, so that you have a dream to go there. Well, I commend you, and I'll be looking out for you changing the world. You're already changing the world with all the stuff that you do. So looking forward to seeing how far you're able to go. So let's talk quickly on people in the corporate world, because again, I know that for a lot of busy professionals, it's usually more of a struggle because they're always in their head constantly. Are there specific programs for people in the corporate world?
Yes. Yeah. But the same techniques are taught.
Okay.
So it's just packaged in a different manner, relevant to their day-to-day reality. But the breath work that we teach is the same.
Okay. So for those who don't know about the Art of Living, can you tell us a little bit about where it's located, what kind of programs you have online, in person, and how people can get started on their journey today?
So we're a global organization. So we're today in over 180 countries, the world's largest volunteer-based organization. And it's accredited by various United Nations faculties, offices. If you're in Canada, then just Google, you can just search artofliving.ca or just artofliving.org, and it will actually take you to the Canadian website. And you can check out all the different programs. But the very first one that you need to do is the sky breath meditation. That's the foot in the door. And then the more advanced level programs are there. So anywhere you are in the world, you can look up the Art of Living chapters over there respectively.
And you said it's a volunteer-based organization. So what about for people who maybe want to volunteer and want to be part of the great work that's happening?
Yeah, we're welcome. We're welcome, just join hands. This is how the organization has grown. People learn the techniques, they see the benefits, and then they're inspired to do something for their community.
That's what happened to you. You went for the first workshop and that was it. And your life has changed phenomenally since you did that. So for anyone who maybe you're feeling like, wow, I just got so much benefit from just the little exercise that we do. That's just a little taster of the benefits of breath work and meditation. So if you're feeling inspired, you want to join, go ahead and sign up and become a volunteer. Learn the techniques, first of all, for yourself, and then you can join, because we do need to collectively change the world. Like, the world is not going to change.
Correct.
So it starts with you first. So work on yourself, but then let's all hold hands together, like you said, and try to increase the benefits of meditation and yoga across the globe. So quickly,
lit candle can light other candles.
Absolutely. So question on yoga. So yoga, some people have a lot of, some people don't like the word yoga. They think it's some demonic, evil, hypnotism, what an incantation. I've heard so many things about what yoga is. And for some people, they think it's just a workout, right? So what is the difference between yoga and meditation? And are there real benefits to doing yoga as a practice?
Meditation is part of yoga, right? So yoga has 8 limbs in the traditional teachings of philosophy of yoga. There are 8 limbs, and meditation is one of them. Breath work is one of them. The asanas or the postures is another limb of yoga. Service is another. So there are many different aspects to yoga. It's a way of life. It's a philosophy. It's not just a philosophy, but it's a way of life to optimize health, well-being, allow you to really connect to the source, something much bigger, something much higher, to bring out the best out of you, so you can flourish in life. You're not just simply existing on the mundane material level, but there is something, understanding that there's something much more to you, perhaps even mystical, perhaps, but yet tangible, yet accessible, right? And how to access that state where you are peaceful, calm, you feel the beauty from within. Having a state of mind that is equanimous in positive situations or pleasant or unpleasant situations, that is yoga. Having a steadiness in the state of mind, in your being. Being skillful in your action, that is yoga. Somebody who doesn't know what they speak, how to say, what to say, when to say, they will create problems for others. But a yogi, because that sense of awareness is there, they are very skillful in their actions, in their speech, in the way they conduct themselves, so that they create a harmonious environment, benefits for others. They are able to uplift others. So these are just little, samples. So yoga is not just what you do on your mat. That isn't common. Again, a very it's a distortion of understanding. It's not even correct. There's much more to you. In fact, to simplify even more, babies are yogis. Every child is a yogi. If you observe a child, they live in the present moment. Into things. They are so full of energy, life force. They are creative. There is no judgment, or mind is not clogged with prejudice and judgment. So, and they practice all the yoga postures also. If you observe a baby, as a child, you did all of those things. Even your breathing, you did all these pranayams or breathing techniques inherently. When you were born, till about the age of 6 months, you can observe a baby doing all of these things. And, the way they are so natural with others, as they grow older, they are friendly, they're by nature children. So children are examples of yogis. But somewhere along the way, our mind has got so cluttered with garbage, impressions and judgments and prejudice and stresses and anxiety and whatnot, that innocence is not there anymore. So living your life in that state of bliss and innocence and dynamism in action at the same time is yoga also.
Because that is our true nature. But like you said, life has happened and we're all stuck in all this mental madness that's going on in our heads, and we're not able to live that peaceful, blissful life, which is our true nature. So being able to come back to it would really transform from everyone's lives, really, so that you can be that dynamic, creative, spiritual being that we were created to be. That's phenomenal. Well, I'm inspired. I'm thinking, I'm going to start with the sky breathwork at least, and then see, because I really want to do the silent retreat. I think that it's been on my mind for a couple of years, and that is something that I think I need to do for me to really get to the root cause of a lot of whatever else is sitting in my subconscious and making my life very chaotic. But yeah, thank you so much for a lot of information today. I think a lot of misconceptions, and really giving people a way to get started on this journey. So if you're listening and because you always know deep down inside, your gut is telling you that, okay, maybe your life is a little bit all over the place. Maybe you're confused about what to do. Maybe you're unhealthy. Maybe nothing seems to just be working for you. Everything seems to be going wrong. Maybe now is the time to just stop and go within. And today, the Art of Living is offering that opportunity for you to come to a place where you have qualified people, because again, there's so many people out there teaching whatever it is they're teaching.
Yeah.
All right. But it's best you get the real benefits when you work with people who actually know this stuff, people who have the credentials to teach this stuff and really guide you on your meditation journey.
Correct.
Thank you so much. Any final words for our listeners today?
Just take a deep breath, just stop. Life is so short. It's so beautiful. It just takes a different way of looking at things. And when the mind is clear, then every small thing appears beautiful. Nature is so beautiful. But when the mind is cluttered, you can be looking at the same beautiful moon and not having that anything invoked inside, anything beautiful invoked inside of you. So taking care of oneself, one's own mind, attending to mental hygiene is the call of the hour. Mental hygiene.
Mental hygiene. I love that word. And I hope everyone listening, you hold on to that word, mental hygiene. Are you taking care of your mental hygiene? Make it a priority today and watch the transformation happen in your life. Thank you so much, Dr. Hiteshini, for being here with us today. Thank you to all my listeners. Well, I hope you gathered a lot of information. If you haven't gone, go Google Art of Living, whatever country you're in, and get connected with the local chapter there and just get started on the journey. You don't have to go all out and do the 1 week silent retreat, but you can start from somewhere, start from where you are. And if you feel like you don't want to take that next step to really sign up, then maybe just within you, 15 minutes a day, just be still. Or remember those 3 things. I just remember I am nothing. I love that one. I am nothing. I want nothing. And
I do nothing.
I do nothing. If you can remember those 3 things and sit still for 15 minutes a day, you will start to reap the benefits of meditation. Thank you so much for being here with us. I will see you same time next week on iRise Conversations with Joan. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan.